Now, you would then agree with me that when accused number 2 gave them that response, that he had it on the news, it was all over the media, he was telling the truth, because this incident of the killing of Mr. Meyiwa took place in 2014, 26 October, and he gets confronted with this allegation on 2020, which is almost 6 years, so it was all over the media, not so.
Correct, my lord, but that's precisely the reason that it was 6 years later. You know, for me, it's quite interesting that you will remember that specific day. It's a different, and this is now me, my lord, it's a different story of saying, I've heard on the news that this person was killed. And that's not what he told me, my lord, and I'm referring to me. That's not what he told me. But to say 6 years later, this incident happened on that specific day.
Brigadier, we're still talking about what he told Mohane, not you.
Yes, but my lord,
yes.
But my lord, I think I dealt with that part. That insofar as what Mohane and accused to discussed, it will be difficult for me to get in there because I was not there, number one.
Yes.
Number two, I said even when Sergeant Mohane testified, I was not in court.
Thank you.
I can only refer to the discussion that accused to had with me, and that's what I was trying to explain why I found it peculiar and interesting.
Thank you.
Kodwa ke uzovuma ke ukuthi uma wabaphendula ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi wayekhuluma iqiniso ngoba ke impela ke ukuthi ke kwakuyicala leli elali khona ke kuma TV noma ke elalisakazwa ke yebo ke lokho ngakuvuma ke kodwa ke ukuthi ke emuva kweminyaka eyisithupha akhumbuleke ilanga noma akhumbuleke idate ke iyona nje into eyaqhama ke leyo ukuthi yebo noma ke lalivela ke kumabona ku TV kodwa ukuthi emuva kweminyaka eyisithupha umuntu akhumbule ilanga iloko nje okwaqhama.
Now, having asked him that question, they went on to ask him, where was he on the 26th of October 2014? To which he replied, I was at a mine at Westonari. That's what Mohane says.
My lord, I was not there.
Thank you.
I don't know what really to say much about that assertion.
Now, subsequent to that, then Mohane went on to say on the 18th of June 2020, which is the day on which you also met them, they followed his alibi at Western area, specifically at Sibanye Stillwater.
I can agree about the 18th.
Yes.
That's why I met them a lot.
Now, the point being, because in your evidence in chief, you said, amongst others, you found it very strange. Why would he specifically remember his whereabouts on the 26th of October 2014 when you have not put it to him? Now, would that not have been because of the fact that he had already been confronted with the same information before you confronted him? In other words, when you confronted him, your colleagues had already confronted him with the same allegations.
So, my lord, I'll answer it in this various forms. If he was confronted as is being put to me, yes, logic will make sense that it's still fresh in his memory, he might remember if it happened like that. But I was not briefed as such by Sergeant Mohane as is being put to me that we've confronted him, we gave him the date, and this is what he said. That's not the brief I got. I don't remember specific dates being given to me, my lord. That's the first part. And when I spoke to him, my lord, this is accused too, he didn't say to me, I already got this information or the dates or the details to Sergeant Mohane, or I already gave to them. That was not put to me, my lord, by the accused himself, accused too. Yes,
thank you. Thank you, Brigadier. We are not privy, accused could not have been privy to what Mohane told you about. All that I'm referring to here is what Mohane told this court. Thank you.
My lord, yes, I hear what Advocate Mnisi is saying. The essence of my response is that if accused 2, for example, has said to me, I was informed by Sergeant Mohane about this date. I'll leave it at that. There's nothing much to say someone remembers the date. Or if he said to me, I just watched the news a few days ago where this date was articulated, and that's how I remember that it happened on this day, and on this day I know I was at work. It would have been a reasonable and logical explanation. One will not put something or try to make something out of that explanation because it will be reasonable, my lord. That's not the impression I got when I spoke to him, my lord.
Thank you, Brigadier. I don't want to argue this point or to make a meal out of it, but if you are throwing it back to accused number 2, that he did not tell you that he had already explained what you are asking him to Mohane, the same question could as well be asked from you, whether did you ask him you had already told Mohane what he was telling you?
Absolutely.
And which you didn't, not so?
No, absolutely. I think that will be fair if you throw
yes.
it to me. Yeah.
So
but
this point does not take us anywhere.
Yeah, no, it
Actually, it does not take you per se anywhere, not us.
All right, no.
Thank you.
I differ. It does, my lord, take us somewhere. It does take me somewhere because counsel is looking at an isolated discussion. He is not collaborating it with the events that took place afterwards. And that's how you must, this is what I was saying, my lord, when I say collaboration. So you take the fact that a date was given, ungiven by me, which was given to me by accused 2. You then subsequently follow the events that followed, that led to the confession of Colonel Rapadu, the magistrate. If you take that, it does indeed create an impression as to why this person knew about this date. You can't take it in isolation, my lord, because it did not end on the date. After the date, the identikit, subsequently there were confessions that were made, written down by Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu, subsequently the magistrate, and in those confessions, accused to implicate himself. Now, if you take that, logic dictates that this is why he knew the date of the 26th of October 2014.
Now, thank you, Brigadier. Now, Brigadier, the first discussion that you heard with accused number 2 in relation to this case at Western Area, before you could get into the offices to go and verify his alibi, and the second discussion that you had with him after coming out of the offices where you verified his alibi, could that be regarded as an interview with him?
I want to answer the way I was asked, my lord. It's one question by Mnisi, but it's actually subdivided. So the first part,
no, it's just
no, you did. I'll explain it. You'll understand that Mnisi.
Okay.
First, you ask whether the alibi that was verified, and then you ask the interview. So it's two parts in one question. The alibi was not verified; it was false, my lord. He gave us a false alibi. We went in, we found it to be false. So that is the first part of the answer to his question.
Yes.
The second part, it was an interview, my lord. I was interviewing a suspect. Hence, I gave him his constitutional rights. I testified on this aspect during the trial, within trial, and when I led evidence in chief on this main trial, that I warned him according to his constitutional rights because we were embarking on an official engagement, interaction, my lord.
Now, the first portion, I did not get your answer. Do you say it was an official engagement, an interview, or what? Because you only responded to the second instance where you are agreeing that it was an interview because it was an official engagement. What about the first instance before you could get into the offices to go verify his alibi?
No,
what do you call that?
No, it is official, my lord. Hence I said, and because the court will remember, when after I was introduced, then I introduced myself. The first part I dealt with was the warning that I gave him in terms of Section 35 of the Constitution. You do that when a person is a suspect. So your interaction in terms of what you put to that person and responses, it's an official engagement, my lord.
35.
Yeah.
Yebo ke uma ngiqala naye ke noma uma sikhuluma nje okokuqala ke bengikhulumile ke ngalokho ngaphambilini ke ukuthi ke ngamnikeza ke isexwayiso ke ngaphansi kwakhe ke umthetho usection 35 yilokho okwenzayo uma ukuthi umuntu uma ukhuluma naye ke umsoka ngako yebo ke kwakuyilona ke into lokho noma nayo ke i-interview leyo ngoba ke ngamexwayisa.
In fact, my lord, I'll take it to an extent that my entire engagement from the time I arrived up to the time I left, specific with accused 2, was official. There was no other business we had except the official engagement.
Now, Brigadier, as a very senior ranking officer in the South African Police Services, and not only senior but well decorated, I think that should be put on record as well. Well decorated. You were very aware that that which you call an official engagement with the accused had to be done, accused number 2, had to be done in terms of the law, not so?
Yes, and it was done in terms of the law, my lord.
Thank you.
And just like that, Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda walks into Advocate Mnisi's trap. Advocate Mnisi warned him at the beginning of this that, listen, I just need yes or no answers. Don't explain. I don't need that. And you know what the Brigadier said? He said, no, I'll explain whenever I need to. So now he doesn't know where Mnisi is going. Mnisi lays his... Listen, Mnisi takes his time, okay? Mnisi is building a mansion. I'm not sure how many rooms are in this mansion, but he's taking his time laying his brick. His bricklayer skills are immaculate. No one can complain that the foundation is shaky. And no, he is not building his house on the sand, okay? He's building it on the rock. But I digress. But do you know what else happened? See, Brigadier Bongani Gininda, Sis Patricia Mashale. No. Miss Fearful Patricia Mashale warned you, okay, that she is reserving you for dessert and she is not done with you. You see, Brigadier Gininda has 2 problems. He has to be a state witness over there inside Pagati, the SENZO MEYIWA trial, and then he also has to face the court of public opinion. And right now he is facing a very, very knowledgeable Miss Patricia Mashale, the whistleblower of note. And she has blown a whistle and said, wait, I need to make sure that the nation is following exactly what is going on in the court. So let me tell you something. Let's educate ourselves, okay, as members of the jury. It's important that to be a member of the jury, we are well informed. So she shares what a warning statement is. And you know what? Before we proceed further with the Brigadier, because he's going to over-explain and bore us, let's read what this says about warning statements. So I need you to take your highlighters and notebooks and write things down because this is going to become relevant, okay? She says, well, the document she shared says, warning statements. It's important to note that whenever a member takes a warning statement from a suspect, only the official, I'll say it again, only the official statement regarding interview with suspect, it's popularly known as the SAPS 3M, small letter M, may be used. This form contains the comprehensive constitutional warning which must be conveyed by a member to a suspect. It is imperative that the SAPS 3M, small m, be used to record the warning statement of a suspect. No other unofficial form may be used for this purpose. Failure to use the standard official form may result in rendering an accused person's trial unfair. For example, failure to advise the person from whom the warning statement is taken that his or her statement could be used against him or her in a subsequent trial, okay? And it quotes the case State versus Ori and another 2005 in Dundee. Okay, we don't need all that. And it proceeds to say, a suspect who is not an arrested, detained, or accused person is also entitled to fair pre-trial procedures, even if Section 35 of the Constitution does not specifically state so. This means that a suspect is entitled to be cautioned or warned before being questioned by the police to enable him or her to properly consider and exercise his or her rights before interacting with the police. The official warning statement of the police recognizes this principle. Using the SAPS 3M small m will prevent persons who are being investigated from successfully challenging the statements they have made to the police. You see, English language is a very specific language, okay? It's got no hidden meanings. And this document uses very specific words. It uses words like only, okay? Only can only mean only this one. There's no substitute. There's no alternative. It says only. There's no other way to read only but to know that this is the only one, okay? And another word that I think is important to note is must. Okay? Must means you should do it. It is not optional. It is mandatory. Did you do it? These are compliance checks that, a well-decorated brigadier should know, especially since he uses big English words. We don't think he needs a translator or an interpreter to explain this document to him. It is very, very specific. Also, there's the word imperative. Imperative. I mean, this is all in one paragraph. All in one paragraph. It's explaining what must be done so that cases don't get thrown out. But you see what happens? Police officers get excited and then they don't do the warning statement. And then when they go in front of the magistrate or a judge, the case gets thrown out because you didn't provide the accused with their constitutional rights, Section 35 and done. Okay? Are we following? I know, this is a lot of legal jargon, but it's imperative that you too listen to this so that you can adhere to it. When you are stopped even by a traffic officer and you say, hello, Section 35, I didn't hear you warn me. Okay? It is your constitutional right to be aware of all these things. But I'm not going to read the rest because, it's all citing cases. We can do that in a separate video so that you can also learn just the basic fundamentals of a warning statement. This is Advocate Mnisi's bricklayering tactics. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts thus far. How is the Brigadier doing? Is anyone checking? Okay. Is he on life support yet? I don't think so. I think he's just at the basics. Okay. The foundation is not yet shaky. I'm going to end this video here. You already know the next one. They're going deep inside Pagati warning statements. And this is where Mnisi hammers him to the wall. Or should I say nails him to the wall, as somebody corrected me in the comment section. Let me end it here. You already know. Do the things that make me happy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching that McDonald's 2-minute ad, says another commenter. You know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate when you guys watch the ads, especially when you watch them. But if it's a long ad, you can hit that skip button, okay? But did you get the McDonald's meal though? Did you get it? Let me end it here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on our very next upload. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that notification. Mzansi Unfiltered, checking out. Catch you on my next upload.
My Lord, that's it. Yeah. As the court pleases, my Lord, that's it. Yeah.
If the grooves don't fit, acquit the 5 accused. Mnisi has done a fantastic job proving there was no match.